What in the HE double hockey sticks is going on with the DC Cinematic Universe? First, we lose Henry Cavill as Superman, saying he's not reprising his role. He leaves and then he comes back, and then he says that he's not doing it. DC announces that they found their own Kevin Feige. Newsflash, that new Kevin Feige is guy for the DC Universe is James Gunn. James Gunn makes a bunch of changes. We lose half of the promised DC films. We get a great DC movie, first one in a very long time, just to have the sequel canceled. The big question here is the DCEU as we know it dead? Theme music.
Two sides of the same coin.
That podcast is weird.
Hello, folks. Welcome to Two Sides of the Same Coin, where two nerds talk about media. And today we are short a nerd because it is just me, your loony host, Noah, here today to talk to you about the DC Cinematic Universe. And today we are going to answer the question, is the DCEU as we know it dead? I am going to talk about the DC Cinematic Universe, what has happened, what is happening, and what is going to happen going forward. So, to start off, the DC Cinematic Universe, it consists of, 11 movies, to be exact. Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, Justice League, Aquaman, Shazam, Birds of Prey, Wonder Woman 1984, and Suicide Squad, and finally Black Adam. This started with Man of Steel, which is a very controversial movie. Some people love it, some people hate it, and in my opinion, it has the best Superman, Henry Cavill. No offense to Christopher Reeves, I love him, just not for the time that we're in. So the DCEU hasn't had the best rep because it's been controversial. Many people's favorite movies in the DCEU is Man of Steel. A lot of the other movies have not done terribly well. Justice League, I didn't mind it, but it kinda tanked because there was like two different versions. Everyone loves the Snyder cut. Batman vs. Superman was just kind of a monstrosity. Wonder Woman was good. But when it comes to the DC films, it's been mainly hit or miss. We've gotten good films, we've gotten bad films, and it's kind of been a mess because DC has really been trying to compete with Marvel, and it hasn't been really working out, and they've kind of come up with like a lot of hot messes of films. Even though I love DC for what it is. A lot of people like Shazam. A lot of people like The Suicide Squad, which is sequel to Suicide Squad. But there's things that have happened recently that it's just kind of thrown everything into a jumbled mess. First, Henry Cavill is not, I can't remember how it started, but I think he left. He was no longer going to play Superman because he was playing The Witcher, which I believe it's a show on Netflix. I personally haven't seen it. But then he leaves The Witcher so he can play Superman, just to have James Gunn say, "Oh, you're not playing Superman," and Henry Cavill goes and announces that he's not playing Superman. And then we have Ezra Miller, who plays the Flash. He does an okay job at the Flash. I personally think he could be easily replaced. But then, I'm not going to go into what he did and all the issues about it, but there's a whole scandal with that and issues, and he was supposed to be in an upcoming Flash movie that's supposed to come up last year. Now it's coming out this year, and a lot of people thought he wasn't coming back to the DC Cinematic Universe. newsflash, he's still in it, and the movie, which a lot of people thought we weren't gonna get, is still happening. Black Adam, wonderful movie with The Rock. Um, a lot. Some people loved it. Some people hated it. I mean, I'm checking the reviews. Oh wow, it got 39% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 6. I don't know. I personally thought it was a great movie. If you haven't seen or listened to my review, go give it a listen. I personally thought it was a good superhero movie or anti-hero movie, but I don't know. I personally thought it was a good movie, and the thing is, though, The Rock kind of doomed himself because we're not getting a sequel of the Black Adam movie, mainly because Dwayne did not want to be a part of the Shazam storyline, which is kind of ridiculous because Black Adam is a big part of the Shazam storyline. And also, he wanted Henry Cavill to be in the film. Granted, we got Henry Cavill at the post-credit scene, and it's a beautiful scene. But the thing is, we're not getting any more of that. And we've just... I don't know. And then James Gunn, he goes in and cancels all these. Like, we had so many interesting films and series that were related to the DCEU, and that we're not gonna get. We're not gonna get Harley Quinn versus the Joker. We're not getting. It says Joker on this website, but I don't think. Maybe Joker 2. I'm not sure. We're not getting no more Zack Snyder Justice League sequels. We're not The Trench, I'm not sure what that is. The New Gods, we're not getting the Wonder Twins, we're not getting Batgirl, we're not getting Standalone, we're not getting a Man of Steel sequel, we're not getting a Black Adam sequel, we're not getting Green Lantern Corps, and I was so excited for that because we need the Green Lantern back into the DCEU. I mean, a lot of people do not like the Ryan Reynolds movie. Is it bad? Yes. But it's to the point where it's so bad that it's good. And that's the only live action Green Lantern that we got so far. I mean, to my knowledge. And until we get more of that, I'm not gonna completely hate it. We were supposed to get a Deadshot movie or show. That would have been awesome. Batman Beyond. Oh my goodness, that makes me upset seeing that on the. To see a Batman live action, I'd love that so much. And there's just so many things. Oh, Krypton? I think that was the existing show. I think that might have gotten canceled. There's so many things on this list that got canceled by James Gunn. And I mean, I'm surprised that nothing else is getting canceled because it's just I mean, I thought we weren't getting the Blue Beetle movie, but we still are, so that's good. It's, I mean, so what? So what are we still getting? We are still getting. I'm looking this up right now. So far, at least for 2023, I know we are getting Shazam 2. Yeah, Shazam's Fury of the Gods, which looks interesting. Not gonna lie, I still haven't seen the first Shazam. It's on the list. We might get another. I don't know. I'm hoping we get another Black Adam somewhat in the future. We are getting The Flash in June, which I'm surprised that is still happening because of what went down with Ezra Miller, but I am intrigued, and I'm going to touch back on this because I think The Flash is going to play a huge role in the DCU going forward. We're getting the Blue Beetle, which I'm surprised because of all the new stuff that we were getting, I thought this would be canceled, but it's still on upcoming, and list, and it hasn't been canceled thus far. It's supposed to come out August, and I'm excited. Blue Beetle's character that intrigues me and should be fairly interesting. And in December, specifically Christmas, we're supposed to get Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, which I'm super excited to hear that uh Jason Momoa is fighting to keep his character and keep his spot, and he's not leaving. I do not know who all is leaving and who all is staying. But yeah, it's just there are some. Oh, it says I don't know. I saw that Static Shock was canceled for live action, but I don't know. It says that's still in the works. I don't know. We are getting the Batman 2, but that's not a part of the DC Cinematic Universe unless James Gunn does something. Is there anything else? Yeah, I don't know. I guess the big thing that's upsetting with the DC Cinematic Universe is that we don't have Henry Cavill anymore. I don't know. Some people are upset that we're not getting any more like Zack Snyder, Justice League movies. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't watched the Snyder Cut. Am I completely upset about it? No, not really. I'm not gonna lie. I think DC, like the cinematic universe, has kind of been like a hot mess. We've been getting good movies and we've been crapping movies. Has James Gunn like done a lot of upsetting stuff? Yes, but if we all right, so let's flip the coin. Let's look on the other side of the coin. He was hired for a specific job to turn the DC cinematic universe around, and to think in his perspective, how are you supposed to make an omelet without cracking a few eggs? And he's definitely gonna have to make some difficult choices. And the thing is, sure, some upcoming projects have been canceled, and that's upsetting, but it doesn't mean we're not gonna get them some way down the road. Though I do think it's interesting because a lot of people are asking the questions like, okay, if James Gunn was like hired to do the DC Cinematic Universe, why doesn't he just start over? Like, why is he like just going in the middle, especially since we already have an established Superman and established characters, and how are we supposed to replace the characters that we already have in the middle of the thing? Isn't it just gonna be awkward? So I have a theory, and this is the best way to do it, and I'm hoping James Gunn is on the same page, because if I'm wrong about this, then I personally think the upcoming changes are going to crash and burn, because I don't think you could do this any other way. But how to smoothly change characters, change timelines and stuff going forward is to do it in the upcoming Flash movie. So the Flash, there's an event that's supposed to happen called the Flashpoint, which supposedly the Flash goes back in time, changes something, and the whole universe changes. Well, that's the only way that I think that James Gunn can pull off the changes that he wants to make, specifically with characters and recasting, because of course I mean they did that with the animation. They have animated movies where the Flash went back in time and he came back. I mean, there was some issues. I'm not gonna spoil that movie. Go watch the animated Flashpoint, Justice League Flashpoint. It's a good animated film. But he comes back after he fixes everything, and his friends look slightly different. Batman looks slightly different. Superman looks slightly different. And I think that's what's going to happen. I think Flash is going to go back in time, and then there's going to be whatever plot or issues that he's going to have to do something in order to come back to like fix everything. But once he resolves whatever issues that happen in this new Flash movie, he's going to establish a whole new timeline. And that, in my opinion, is the only way that James Gunn is going to pull off a successful change in the DC Cinematic Universe. I mean, that's the only way that whatever recastings he decides is going to make sense. And what stories we already have are not really going to matter, because it's basically a reset button. Because I was thinking in my head, how is he supposed to reset the DC Cinematic Universe in its current state? You'd almost have to go back in time. That was my literal thought, and I'm just like, Flashpoint. And I know for those who not big DC fans, you might not get it. And if you're a fan of the movies, you'll pick up what happens in the Flash movie. But yeah, the Flash might save the DCEU, or it might ruin it, or it might the question that I asked in the beginning, is the DC Cinematic Universe dead? I think the universe as we know it is dead. Will there be a new universe reborn, most likely through the Flash movie? I think so. I mean, I think they're going to try to start anew through the Flash movie. I think this is the Flash movie. They're going to use it as their clean slate. Disregard mostly I think they're going to disregard almost everything that's happened in the past, and just start anew. I mean, they might use some things from the past, but I think they're going to focus on mainly new things. I mean, they are going to do some sequels, because I think the actors that they kept and some of the sequels that they still have planned to do, I think are still going to happen. But for those who either do not fit in their equation or do not want to be a part of it, yeah, I love Henry Cavill. It's going to be hard to see a new Superman. I hope Ben Affleck's still in it, and maybe Matt Reeves becomes a part of and his ideas become part of the DC Cinematic Universe. I'm not sure. But thank you for listening to my TED Talk. If you'd like to reach out or give us suggestions for what topics you'd like to talk about, or just any suggestions, and just want to talk, email me at 2sidesofthesamecoinpod@gmail.com, or reach out on Instagram at 2sidesofthesamecoinpod. And if you really love the podcast, give us a 5-star rating and review, and please share it with your friends. And if you love the podcast, feel free to support us on Anchor. The link will be in the description. You can donate as little as $1 a month to help us grow, improve, and just to shine like a diamond. I do not know where that come from, and also let me know if you like nerdy talks like this. I might do more of this in the future. And yeah, thank you for listening. You ate my enchilada. There was no theme music.
Two sides of the same coin.
That podcast is weird.